It's Tom and Todd's Face Off on WRKO.com.
It is those hazy, hot, humid days of summer, and you are watching Face Off. How cool are you to be listening to Tom and Todd?
It's being reported that Michele Bachmann and her husband Marcus urged gays to pray in an effort to help rid themselves of homosexuality. If true, will this derail her bid for the presidency?
I don't think so, but it's an attempt to make her seem erratic, weird, off kind of mainstream beliefs, but it will also rally the sort of the Christian and evangelical base out there. So this might actually help her in the early going, and that's where she needs help.
Yeah, it's kind of funny that the liberal media thinks the way you marginalize someone in America is harass them for being Christian. What percentage of the country is Christian? Anyone know? Yes?
Pretty high percentage.
I think it's pretty high percentage.
Oh, yeah.
So what they're doing here is they're running a story that they think is devastating, but actually is bonding her to the base in a way that's positive for her. Now, maybe they're being more thoughtful. Maybe they're thinking, let's find a way to get Michele Bachmann the nomination by accusing her of being Christian. And that will not just being a routine Christian, but you know, her husband's a Christian counselor,
and he has his clients read the Bible, pray for help,
and he actually thinks that you might be able to help someone undo their homosexuality. Ooh, that makes him a marginalized weird creature of the right, and she's an extremist.
Can you imagine?
That helps
the
her get the
accusation
nomination.
is that you're a Christian. Woohoo!
David Plouffe says the average voter isn't going to vote based on the unemployment number, which currently stands at 9.2%. Are these people in denial?
Well, this is Plouffe is the campaign manager of the first time around, and now he runs the country. He's the chief policy person in the White House. And David Plouffe is saying that because that in the wildest dreams of the Democrats, if there's one fantasy they could have come true, it's for the American people not to care that they're living through the most dismal economy in the last 70 years.
It's amazing. A bit of wishful thinking on David Plouffe's part. 9.2% unemployment, real rate, in my opinion, probably closer to 16%. It is economic misery everywhere you see out there. There's despondency, there's dissatisfaction. He's hoping and praying that the American people will buy into something else.
Yeah, why not?
But this is,
like the
in
president.
fact, absolutely. And
You think they'd be saying, thank you.
Here's the question. Are you better off today? Remember that question
Ronald
Reagan posted? Are you better off today when Mr. Hope and Mr. Change came into the White House?
At Obama's press conference, it seemed as if he was positioning himself as a centrist, as the adult dealing with mere children during the debate over budgets, deficits, and debt ceilings. He even went as far as saying he doesn't have a grand vision to create bigger government. He can't possibly believe this, can he?
He doesn't have to believe it. All he has to do is convince enough people so that they believe it. He was pretty convincing the last time around. Very few people really sensed what was his real political base and the way he got to political power initially. More and more that has become clear, but I'm not sure that it's become clear enough to a sufficient number. He might pull this off and be able to present himself as a centrist once again. It's a phony presentation, in my opinion, but he might do it.
Yeah, these are the cheap tricks that drive this White House and that Obama's engaged in every day. If you listen to him speak every day and analyze what he's saying, you don't even have to analyze it yourself, but you just put on the analysts. Chuck Todd, after this press conference he had, Chuck Todd was talking about how Obama was pushing for the $4 trillion debt package, and Chuck Todd comes on, he says, well, if you listen to his language, he slipped. And he was talking about the $4 trillion package. While he was pushing it, he was using the past tense. So Chuck says, I think what he's shooting for is actually the $2.5 trillion package. That's what he'll end up signing, and that's why he's claiming he's running the $4 trillion. The point being, they're always conning us, and you just have to put that filter up there for used car salesmen whenever you're listening to the president.
Yeah, it's called the con filter. Here comes the con. Beware.
A lot of sweat there today on Face Off. Take a cold shower, cool off, get comfortable. We'll see you again next week here on WRKO.com.